If my foot's up like that, is that going to be okay?
That foot looks great.
Okay.
What kind of shoes are those?
They're, you know what? I don't know.
No?
I bought them at...
Do you have someone shop for you still?
No. I bought them at a... I do everything like I cook. Like I cook... I can't cook, but I doctor.
Tell the mic it.
I can't cook, but I doctor. Like I can come home from Vaughn's with a roasted chicken and go, hey, I bet if I put some, rosemary, fresh rosemary on it, put it back in the oven, and maybe put a little garlic oil on it or something, it would probably taste better.
Yeah.
So I do things like that. I can doctor food well. But these shoes, I don't like shopping at all. I have zero. I like having cool things, not too much, but I like having a cool jacket. But I really have just zero tolerance for buying shit.
Yeah.
So once I find something, if it's near what I like, I'll make it what I like. So I knew these shoes were what I liked, but I knew the soles were shitty. And I knew better soles make a shoe look good.
Yeah.
Because I know the first time someone made me spend a little money on shoes, and I noticed the soles were layers, like dark brown, light brown, different layers of leather that create the sole. So I just took this pair of shoes over to this place at the Grove, and I said, can you put these soles on this? The guy goes, yeah. I said, how much is it? He goes, $60. I'm like, great, and they're a little too high. Can you cut like an inch off the top? I like boots, but I don't like boots that go up too high. He's like, yeah. Picked them up in 3 days. Great, I'm done. Some people make fun of me for it, but I go, no, I don't want to. I found that shoe's close enough. I can get it where I need it. I don't want to go to 10 other stores.
But I do think that's funny. You could have just found the shoe that fits you better, but you made the shoe fit you.
Made it.
Make
Same
the
with
shoe
this jacket.
fit the man.
I knew this jacket. I liked it. I saw it at Target. But it had a lining, and I sweat a lot. The minute I saw it, I go, I'll take it over to the dry cleaner. Can you take the lining out of this? He goes, yeah. And shorten it up at the bottom 1.5 inches. He goes, yeah, I picked it up in 2 days. The lining was out. It was short and shortened up a little bit at the bottom, so it looked better on stage.
What does that cost?
Shortening it was $15. Okay. Taking the lining out was $25.
You're a gourmet
and I bought it
clothesman.
at Target, so it's a cheap jacket. It was like $35 at Target,
Wow.
But then I'm like, wow, I got a nice jacket to wear on stage anyway. How you doing, Andrew?
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it for this one, Mr. Todd Glass. How are you, Todd?
I'm doing good.
Good. Give me a cheers.
Was that other stuff we just said? Or are you leaving that?
No, we're going to leave it in.
Oh, okay.
We're going to leave it in.
No, I was like, wait.
You're going to have to cheers
Here
me
we
now.
go.
Cheers. Cheers. We're going to leave it in.
Dear God, this is a prayer I make a lot.
Go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to.
He just spit his liquor.
I'm Catholic. I don't want to fuck up a prayer.
I say this, I've said this before, but it's a good one. You don't offend anybody who maybe wants a religious prayer that believes in God, and you people that want a more traditional, down to, a little more casual prayer. It pleases both. Dear God, please protect me from your followers.
Protect me from your followers. Cheers. I'll cheers to that. There we go. And we say salanche. Salanche.
Salanche.
You know what that means?
Salanche. Let me guess. To your health?
It does mean to your health.
Really?
I thought you were gonna fuck that up.
Shut the fuck up. Now I'm gonna let you lead. You take this conversation wherever you want. Okay. But can I show you one thing?
Yeah, show me.
Okay. So last night I thought about this, and in my mind I always think, if I ever did another book, what would it be? Because I don't want follow through. It's too much work. I don't want to work. I don't want to do really. No. I just love doing stand up. But it could be a book which I would actually enjoy. Could be one thing, 3 pages on one book, like of a concept. Here's and a good idea. Here's how to do this, or here's what I suggest there. Always, over-tip breakfast waitresses. Could be one sentence.
Yeah.
But this is something I added last night.
Okay.
Always have in your house. Now we were smoking pot last night. We came up with this idea, and I'm like, that is so cheap and such a cool thing to do. So I'm going to move my mic away.
Okay.
And I thought, in your house, or show up somewhere to party, but have it. Always in your house, even if you're broke and you're having people over and you want to do it, even if you have no money at all, or if you have a lot of money, get a box of instant mashed potatoes. Okay. All you have to do is add water and butter, and you know what? You whip the fuck out of them with the right amount of butter.
Yeah.
And no one knows you have it. You can do this type of damage so quickly. So they're just in there. Now, you could show up to someone's house with this. It's a multi-purpose thing, but let's look at it from the perspective of you.
Yeah.
Or you just have it in your pantry. Someone comes over one night. All you need to do, you can keep butter in the freezer. Add a stick of butter, whip the fuck out of it. All of a sudden, you come out of the kitchen, you go, hey, anybody want some mashed potatoes? And I thought about it. And by the way, instant mashed potatoes, they're pretty good.
They're pretty fucking good.
They're pretty fucking
Yeah,
good.
yeah, they're pretty good.
They're pretty fucking good.
You know what they're made with? 100% real Idaho
100%
potatoes.
real mashed potatoes.
What else do you need in there besides fucking potatoes?
And the other thing is, so you you put them out, and then this is too. And by the way, because I got paranoid, at first I thought you can go to the dollar store and get a box of instant mashed potatoes.
This was
for
a dollar?
This, because I was coming here, I thought maybe I should spend a little more and get a nicer little box. But $2.50, no big difference.
That's easy.
$2.50, and then I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
And then in your cabinet, 2 jars of brown gravy.
Bam.
You put those in a jar. You can dump them into a thing, microwave them. You don't even have to dirty a pot. Next thing you know, you come out around your kitchen, you put them on where everyone's hanging out, mashed potatoes and 2 things and brown gravy. And you're the fucking king.
Yeah, you are the king.
Right?
But is that it? But is there anything to go along with the mashed potatoes and
mashed
gravy?
potatoes are great. They're filling. They do it if I think you're vegetarian, you like them.
That's right, yeah.
And if you're all drinking, it puts a little grit in your stomach.
Gives you something heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So you could, after you've been drinking all night, you can drive home after you have some of this.
Well, I don't know if I can condone
and then
that.
you can, once this is gone, then you can put liquor in here.
Then
and
you're fine.
Then you can put booze in here and take that on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah, then you can have alcohol to go.
like me.
And by the way, this is beef gravy, so this can't be with the vegetarians.
Oh, you're right.
You'll get in trouble for this.
You know, I didn't think about that. Well, they could just have mashed potatoes.
Just the potatoes
with
for those
salt and
people.
pepper on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could not invite over vegetarians to your house for dinner because you never know.
I have friends of all.
I have a lot of
different
friends. I have a lot of friends that are vegetarians,
yeah.
and you know what? I don't put up with it anymore. I make them eat outside when I have people over.
Thank you.
Yeah, I eat
Thank
my
you.
meal inside. You guys eat
Go
outside.
outside. Now, there's one more thing.
Okay, yeah. I'm
This
ready.
sort of came from the holidays, and I thought you should have this at your own home, but it's great to show up with it.
Okay.
And again, it doesn't matter if I always look at the perspective of someone. Well, you don't have any money, but you want to do something cool. You're showing up to someone's house.
Yep.
You could have it at your own house, and maybe you should just up in the cabinet somewhere. But this especially.
This is
showing up at someone's house.
more than this and this.
This more than this. You're showing up
Okay.
at someone's house. I thought about the holidays, but it's probably appropriate anytime. It's so reasonable, and it's so easy to do. You can show up with 12 cups of hot chocolate. I got
Swiss Miss.
dark chocolate, Swiss Miss, 10 packets in here.
Yeah.
And you just show up to someone's house. You go, anybody want hot chocolate? This costs nothing hardly. And you show up with the cups too.
You got to have cups.
Now here's all I ask of you.
Yeah.
If you do this, if you break this out, I picture this sitting in your pantry for a month and a half, 2 months, 5 months, I don't care. And one night you're hanging out with friends, and you do it. Just videotape me.
Okay. And send it to you?
And everybody, hey Todd,
Thanks,
we're eating your mashed
Todd.
potatoes.
Yeah.
If you show up with the hot chocolate, I would show up with a few more cups. And this, same thing.
How many cups is there? One,
This
two,
is
three.
only 8.
That 8 cups, that's not enough.
I know.
Because if somebody spills or a cup gets crunched, or what if someone goes, whose was this?
Well,
I drank out of the wrong one.
And especially because there's 10 packets in here.
You got to have kind of even. Yeah. Okay.
So do you want me to move all this so it's not ugly?
It looks like it's sponsoring the show tonight.
does,
We're
look at
brought
that.
to you tonight by Idaho and mashed potatoes,
Right.
And Swiss Miss. We'll probably get sued by Swiss Miss because they're more popular.
Yeah,
they're
are,
famous.
Right. They'll
They're very
appreciate it. They'll be like, we don't appreciate what you're talking about.
That's exactly right.
I know I tweeted at Rita's Water Ice, which is a big place in Philadelphia, and I love Rita's Water Ice. I mean, if you heard...
What is Rita's water?
Rita's Water Ice...
By the way, we could just loop you saying water a bunch because water.
know.
My favorite thing about Philly is water.
Water. It's the one thing that's
water?
a dead giveaway for me.
What about house?
House.
Home.
Home?
Yeah, home.
No, I say home.
See, you say home. Why don't you say home? I know guys from Philly that
They
say
swallow their O's the way
Oh.
my friend Tom Wilson told me. It's like, it's like water ice,
like-
Hagee. I swallow the O. Yeah, I'm swallowing my O's. What I do is I say an O, but I swallow my O's. No, you know who said that? Not Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson, you didn't say that.
Tom Wilson, you didn't say that.
You didn't say that.
I hate that I'm forgetting his name. He's from Philadelphia.
Dom Herrera?
No, he's probably about your age.
Oh, my age from Philly. My age from Philly would be
Joe.
Not
Matt Reese.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that I'm forgetting him. And I love this guy. I've always known who he was.
Who's from Philly?
But in the last 2 years, now I really love this guy. We got to know each other a lot better. Shit.
except for his last name. You know everything about him except for his last name.
It's embarrassing.
I love this Joe. Joe, yeah, he got hair.
Well, you follow your O's.
You follow your O's.
So Rita's Water Ice.
Make sure this is close. I don't want to pick up any. I don't want to lose any of this.
Rita's
jazz.
Water Ice. Okay, I think when people think of water ice, they first thing they go to, it's a little crunchy. This is the most smooth water ice you can imagine.
It's the best water ice on the planet. On the
Water
planet
ice.
Earth.
It could be strawberry. They have all the different flavors, but it's really if water ice could be creamy, it's almost creamy. Then they put it into a cup, and then they add not just custard, but the thickest, most delicious custard. So you have this like creamy water ice. I shouldn't say creamy for the water ice, but it's like, it's not what you think it is when you think of water ice.
What's the
It's so
consistency?
good. It's like more like shaved ice. The flavor gets into the ice, not like a snow cone when you're growing up. I shouldn't even compare snow cones to water ice. It's embarrassing.
Rita would be pissed.
But I sent the nicest. On my podcast, I mentioned Rita's water ice.
Yeah.
Really nice. Like, I raved about them. Not everything about them, the taste, its deliciousness, its happiness. Families are getting together because a lot of times the places have picnic tables outside. It's everything you want it to be.
Right.
And it's this delicious water. You know what they did? I said, someone that listens to my podcast, send it to them. So
Right.
they did. They isolated the 2 minutes where I was talking about them, and I did them great. Even to how clean they were. Go to any Rita's water ice and look through the window, and it's immaculate in there. That means that's what they put up with and nothing less. Not like a 7-Eleven. So anyway, they favored my tweet, but they didn't follow me.
Oh, that's rude.
I go, come on.
Rita.
Now, I'm not giving up on you,
And how many
Rita.
followers did they have, by the way?
They had a decent amount.
Really?
They had a decent amount.
Wow.
Maybe it's because they can't condone some things I talk about on my podcast. I
What do you talk
know.
about that's so offensive? What would you say that would not go along with water ice?
Wondering if there's the traditional God that most
So what?
people believe in.
You think
Well, I get it.
You think other people that drink water ice think about that? I bet you most water icers think about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rita.
I'm on your team.
Rita.
Well, you know what? Let's do this again. Rita, please. We would really appreciate it if you would
me.
follow Todd.
Wawa followed me.
Yeah, if Wawa's going to follow him, are you better than Wawa?
Wawa
I mean, come on.
followed me.
Yeah.
I was a big day in my life.
That
when
is a big day for
followed
Wawa.
me.
For people that don't know what Wawa is, that is a East Coast staple, more specifically a Philly staple, right? More than anything.
Philadelphia, Virginia, New Jersey. Wawa is everything. And, some people go, what about Sheetz? And I say about Sheetz, I really do. Sheetz is a great, Sheetz is amazing. But most people that say, hey, Sheetz is great, never been to a Wawa.
Oh.
And by the way, to this day, not one person that says, hey, what about Sheetz? So if you've never been to a Wawa, yeah, Sheetz is amazing. But I've never asked anybody that said, hey, Sheetz is great. Have you been to a Wawa? They never go, yeah, I have been to a Wawa. And Wawa is unbelievable, but I lean towards Sheetz. Never. Sheetz is great if you've never been to a Wawa.
You wouldn't trust them, right? At that point, you'd be like, I don't know if we can get along anymore. If you take Sheetz over Wawa and you've had both, aren't you concerned?
Seriously? Yes.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm done. Let me drink this. I feel good. I don't drink that often.
Yeah.
And on the road, I do.
Yeah, when you're in town, you don't have a drink.
I don't that often.
You like to smoke pot at the house, but no drinks with it?
I have a lot of beer in my refrigerator because I won't overdrink it, and I can make the refrigerator filled with something that I won't eat.
Your fridge likes to be organized and full for guests.
My refrigerator, yes, exactly. So I know if I put a lot of beer in there, I won't drink it all. But so what was I talking about? So anyway, that's it.
Yeah, no. But what you were talking about is you're not a big drinker in town. You're a big drinker when you go out of town.
When I'm out of town, I can sometimes for the late shows, I just got to go to the bar and do 3 shots of Jägermeister.
Jaeger's the thing you do when you go?
I do like it.
Do you?
I know it's crazy.
It's not crazy. It's a very. I think a lot of people have it when they're young and they get burnt out of it real fast. I got burnt. You know what the thing that makes me throw up? The smell gets me sick.
Oh, hold on. Can I guess?
Yeah, please. What the smell of this liquor from? It was when I drank it when we were in high school.
It's not Amazet or like a licorice schnapps.
No. It's a tradition. It's one of the traditional liquors, and it's a brand.
Just tell me.
Captain Morgan.
You just can't do it.
Spice
anymore.
rum. If it's around me, I'll throw up. The smell of it gets me so sick in my stomach. Because you know why? The last time I did it, I walked all the way home from this guy's house, 2.5 miles, and I woke up at a bus stop bench with throw up all over myself. This is an ad for Captain Morgan. It was awful. The smell of it makes me nauseous. I can't do it. Whiskey is probably the only liquor that I like.
I've had that with. Let
me guess what yours is. Let me guess what yours makes you sick. Okay, you ready?
I think you might know because you were paying attention.
Yeah, I know. Why can't I remember? It was in the special.
Oh, no.
No, you didn't talk about it in your special?
20 seconds ago.
I thought you talked about it in the special about getting sick off of a liquor at a party.
No, I don't think so.
You should remember.
Mine
what if I convince you of a bit that wasn't in there?
There was one popular one, but it was like licorice schnapps.
Yeah,
there's so much sugar in it that I would
schnapps.
wake up and I had the shakes more than I was.
Yeah, you need to go to the hospital when you drink too much sugar schnapps. Schnapps or there's a drink in Chicago people give to each other as like a mean prank called Fernet. Have you ever heard of that? Do you know what that is?
No.
It tastes like pine needles. Have you ever had Fernet? You don't know what that is? Fernet, people know. In Chicago, it's kind of like a mean joke to run on people. When someone comes and says, I'll buy him a shot. It's like if you're buying someone a shot that you don't really like, you give them Fernet. Fernet
Never heard of that, but now I'm going to find out about it.
It's disgusting.
Can I give it a little love towards Chicago?
Please.
I think there's a rhyme and a reason for everything, and it leads back to these.
This is a very Chicago thing to do, by the way.
Well, it
It's a
leads
very
back to
Midwest
Chicago.
thing. Oh, okay.
It leads back to Chicago.
Tell me.
I don't get there enough. I'm begging Helium to open up a club in Chicago because let me tell you something.
Do you do Zanies?
It will do well.
No. Yeah.
I can't.
I've never done
I can't. It's too, I hope. Do you want me to talk about Zanies?
Yeah.
You're from Chicago.
Yes,
you want me to?
talk about it.
You want me to lay into them?
Go for it.
But let me say this first. I think there's a rhyme and a reason for everything.
Yeah.
So I don't think Chicago. I love Chicago. I think the people from Chicago. Look, you can tour anywhere around the world and you meet really nice people.
Yes.
Of course, I've been to other cities that I adore, but Chicago, I've met the nicest people in Chicago. And I have a great affection for that city as a whole.
Yeah. They like you.
What?
They like you.
Well, I hope they do.
I promise they
and
do.
I'm not just saying it. If you hear me on other podcasts, I've talked about it. Like, what the fuck is it with Chicago? My ride's here.
That's not your ride. That's an ambulance, Todd.
Oh, is that an ambulance?
Yeah.
I thought it was my ride.
No.
But there's something about Chicago that I just like. I think there's...
Can I tell you what I think it is?
What is it?
Because here's why.
Why do I love people from Chicago so much?
Here's why. Because, and this is the same thing, being from Chicago, when I go to Philly, when I go to Boston, when I go to New York, there is a... No, that is your ride. That is your ride.
You fuck.
When I meet people from those cities, we have similar things in common. Most of the time, there's a lot of blue-collar work ethic, obviously Irish, Catholic, drinking, all these things, heavy eaters. There's a lot of addiction, a lot of blue-collarisms. So a lot of us have so much in common already that when you meet each other, we kind of already been through the similar pains. So you're like, I know this guy. I almost grew up with that guy. You could meet someone from another city like Philly or Boston and go, I got a guy just like that I grew up with.
Different cities, but sort of the same
kind of people.
Same kind of people.
Cut from the same cloth.
And I'll tell you what, like, I have met like so many just after shows.
Yeah.
Like, it's still fun to meet people after shows,
I like it 98%. 2%, 2%
of
are real bad. Yeah.
Of course the 2%. I know what you mean. I ended up back at someone's house about 2 years ago, me and some comedian friends, and we're like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, you can't go back to the house.
But overwhelmingly,
Yeah.
when it works,
it's great.
being at someone's house. We went to someone's house in Chicago. A dear friend of mine. I jump stories.
Yeah, I can see that.
A really dear friend of mine. People ask how we met, and
Can you say the name or no? Is it someone we know or no?
I probably shouldn't because of this. But yeah, it's fine.
Bury him on the
Mike
podcast.
Sousa.
Mike Sousa.
So anyway, we were at the Chicago Improv. This is how long ago it was.
Schaumburg.
There was an improv there. No, this is years ago when there was an improv in the city.
Oh, in the city, yeah.
In
There
the
used
city,
to be,
like in the 98.
Yeah, there used to be an improv.
And we were walking down the street. Now, if I just thought this was an isolated story, could this happen in Virginia or Florida? Of course it could.
Sure.
But it happened in Chicago, and
right.
it always happens. A lot of things like this. The staff of the club was great. We're walking down the street. This is how long ago it was. The Chicago
fire. It was during the fire, the Great Chicago Fire.
No. Who won for the football? Who's the Chicago?
We're the Chicago Bears.
Chicago
Bears.
Bears.
That was 1985.
They won this championship.
Super Bowl, yeah.
It was 19. No, it couldn't have been 85. I still lived in Philadelphia and was just graduating.
I mean, that's
high
when the
school.
Bears won. That was the last time.
The
we won
next
Super Bowl.
time. Come on, 93. It had to be 92, 91, 94.
We haven't won again since then. But we went
No.
to the Super Bowl.
No, they won. People don't flip cars because you're going to the Super Bowl.
Well,
no one flipped
the
any cars.
Blackhawks and the Bulls have won a lot of championships. But
Are there people going nuts watching because you're wrong, or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears won in 1985. That was the last time.
1985. No.
84, 85 Bears was
I was still in. I did not move to Los Angeles
But how
until
about
1990.
But in the 90s, that was the era of Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time.
But what happened in 1990 or 1991, 1992?
We won a championship, the Bulls. Chicago Bulls.
Well, you just said they didn't win since 85.
I said the Bears. The Chicago Bears. You said football.
Oh, well, who
Bulls
won?
or basketball.
Okay.
Basketball team won.
I thought it was the Bears.
We'll be right back with Sports Talk with Todd Glass right after these messages.
Can I tell you, I'm not 100% sure.
It's not
I'm
the
a
Bears.
little bit sure.
I promise you. More than anything in the world. Here, look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Stop
Ari.
chewing your fingernails, Ari.
Oh, he wants permission to go on his phone.
You know what?
That's really crass.
Because I'll tell you what, that
Yep.
means he holds on, and I swear to God, I'm being honest, to a little bit of resentment from before.
He does.
He does, because he's like, could I go on it? Yeah, you're talking to us. You're helping us.
1986, the Bears won.
See? But the Bulls did win in the 90s. We won 6 championships.
Okay, so that's what it must have been.
90s.
So we're walking down the street, me and some...
We'll cut all that out, by the way.
No. Oh, okay. Me and some employees from the Improv in Chicago. And again, if I didn't think this was representing Chicago, like this happens 1,000 times with me in Chicago. This is just one story. But if we're walking down the street, me and some improv employees, and we see a young man sitting in his living room. We could see him from the street.
Right.
So we knocked on his door. He answers. We go, are you just going to sit in here by yourself all night, or are you going to go out with us? I swear to God. He goes, I'm going to go out with you.
Yeah.
Got his jacket, walked out with us. We've been friends ever since.
Oh, you're still friends with him?
Yeah.
Is that Mike?
We might not talk for...
That's not Mike Sousa, is it?
Yeah.
That's Mike
We might
Sousa.
not talk for 3 years. To tell you the truth, I'm forgetting his last name, so I said Mike Sousa because that's a friend of mine that lives in Philly. And if he hears this, he's going to be like, what the fuck is Todd talking about? His name is Mike. We'll go 5 years without talking to each other, and then I'll get a text or something. Or I'll get, hey, are you checking in? But that's how we originally met.
That
now
sounds like Chicago,
and
by the way.
Yeah, he's married now and he has kids, but he checks in once in a while. The point is that mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
So that night, we all went to this bar.
Okay.
It was a pretty cool bar. I remember it because I liked the atmosphere. Even back then, I liked the aesthetics. Like, keep it dark.
Yeah, always dark.
Dark. It was cool.
What's your rule about stools at the bar?
Great.
See, I have a rule. See, I want to take stools away after 8 p.m. That's my theory.
Why?
I don't think you should be sitting at the bar when so many people are trying to get drinks from the bar.
You know what?
Think about this. During the day, all day, sit at the bar. But at nighttime, when it's crowded and packed, everyone needs to get there. People are frustrated because I'm spilling a drink that I pull over your shoulder. You're sitting at the bar.
Can I tell you something
bar.
already?
Yep.
If I owned a bar and I fantasize about that sometimes,
I'd love to
probably
open
never
one.
do it. I see. The reason I think everything I do is right is because I'm into learning new things.
Yes, you are.
I had never thought about that.
Yeah.
Now, no bullshit. I'm being honest with you. If I owned a bar, the deal would be to the staff at 8 o'clock, or whatever the time being. Nix the stools at the bar.
Yep.
Nix the stools at the bar. I know a lot of bars are listening to this right now, probably going, no, you don't even know our bar. We could never do that. Okay, but I'm saying maybe because where people can get drinks is easier. Obviously, if you have 20 stools at the bar, but there's a huge gap at one end, a huge gap at the other end, we're not talking to you.
Right.
But overwhelmingly, pull the stools
Pull the
from
stools.
the bar.
Let's pull the stools.
So-
See, they got to be gone. Ari knows also. We went another rule that I'm gonna have for our bar. We're opening up a bar, by the way.
Are you honest?
We're opening up a bar.
Where?
It's gonna be called Tandrew. You and I,
Oh.
Todd and Andrews. It's gonna be called Tandrew
I didn't even get it.
or
I like it.
Anrod. I think Tandrew works. Tandrew,
I like it.
Tandrew's bar.
Todd, is that Todd? Where's Tan? Todd Drew.
Well, Andrew, A-N-D.
Andrew.
So it could be Toru.
I'll go
No,
with the
Toru's.
first way. First way's
First
fine.
way's better, right? Tandrew?
First way's better. It
All right,
sounds
fine.
Tandrew. I can picture it on a flyer.
All right, so we're gonna open the bar. We're gonna have
Hey, if we make flyers, they're going to be nice, right? Oh.
Todd. No stools after 8 p.m. And another rule is fancy drinks. I took Ari to a fancy drink place this past weekend. The drink was fine, right? But the guy, they do all the shit and all the thing. And this guy's, he's chopping ice. He's talking to girls. He's showing off. That guy was trying to fuck real bad. It was hot though. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a chick, I'd have been so impressed. They would have
Chick, what year is it?
2019.
I say it in case there's someone listening to your show.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're
and
right.
And then you might have someone that fucking loves you because
That's right.
why did he stop with the chick? Just put it out there.
Reverse it. Reverse it. I would have fucked this guy because he was chopping ice so well. It turned me
Thank
on.
you.
It
Be
really
honest.
did. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I told you I thought he was cute. He grabbed a chunk of ice and he was smacking it, chopping it, talking to people. Such a show off. And then when no one's looking, this is why I knew he was a show off. When no one was looking, he did put the liquor in his mouth. Put the the high proof of liquor, and he just turned to everybody and went and blew fire at the bar. I mean, this guy was a fucking mega babe. I know.
So what are you saying that you wouldn't?
I'm saying I would have that guy, but he can't be main bartender. He's got to be doing the show. This guy was doing fucking everything. I felt terrible for him.
He should be. This guy doesn't have to restock the liquor.
Fuck no, but he was the
Fuck
only
no.
guy, right? So it made me sad for him because I was like, this poor bastard. He's got to do all the shit, and he didn't have no help at all. So I think we need that guy. We have to have this guy. In fact, we're gonna go hire him. He works in Boise. We're gonna bring him out here to Tandrew, pay him way more. And we're also going to hire another adequate staff. My biggest problem with bars is waiting forever for drinks. Why? Just get more people. You'll get more turnover. More people, more turnover.
That's what
no
Starbucks theory is.
We'll beat out Starbucks. We'll be on
Starbucks theory.
Tandrew will be on every fucking corner in this country in the future. We'll be Starbucks.
Mashed potatoes.
And you can get mashed potatoes at the counter.
Chicago. Mashed potatoes. So that night we went to this bar. I was hungry, and they knew what I liked aesthetically.
I wish you knew the bar, by the way. I wish you knew the name.
I don't. It was so many years ago. I don't remember. People in Chicago might know, but if they're still doing it.
But give me the area. Can you give me the area?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Downtown, Wells.
Well, Wells Street's great. Oh, that's Old Town. That's really good.
Yeah, downtown. It could have been 10 minutes from there, 5 minutes, but no more than 10 minutes. We get to this bar. I'm hungry. They go, Todd, there's a bar. They put out mashed potatoes every night. They put out mashed potatoes
at the bar.
At the not right at the bar, but there was an area where there was also a lot of tables and stuff. But it was a bar. It was like people were mingling, but there was a bar, and definitely a huge bar. And then I have a feeling they made them real because they had a real kitchen in there. If you have a real kitchen and you have a good professional mixer, like you throw that, and the skins were left on. I didn't mind it.
I
so
love
they just
the
throw
skins.
the potatoes in there, throw butter in there, so sour cream, whatever they want. Fucking whip the fucking shit out of them. Next thing you know, and I loved it. A guy came out with a white,
like a chef coat. Wow.
He looked, and it was clean, and he looked good. And he walked over there, and he had a big vat of mashed potatoes with a metal thing, and they had little paper like dishes.
Yeah.
And he would just come over and he'd give you and they didn't give you a little bit. They're like, we know what people want. Let's fucking cut the shit. Cut the shit. If we give everybody a fucking big dose, it's gonna cost us $20 more.
Right.
Cut the shit.
Cut the shit.
And
please.
and I was like, oh, I love this person.
Yeah.
We went up, and then there was a little thing next to it of brown gravy. That's what I brought you. And I was like, wow, I'm not hungry anymore.
Yeah, you didn't need that late night bad snack. You had some nice filling potatoes.
It was so good.
So Chicago holds a good place in your heart.
Yeah, that's even if that mashed potato story didn't exist, and meeting that person, Mike, that didn't exist. They're just two stories. Even if they didn't exist, I still fucking love Chicago.
Did you have Chicago pizza, the infamous Chicago pizza that everyone talks about? Have you had that? Have you had deep dish?
Deep dish. And you know what? I have this theory about when people go, I hate deep dish pizza. It's not my go-to. But if you go to a place in Chicago, because no one's bringing you to the place that's bad, they're going to bring you to the place in Chicago that has the best deep dish pizza possible.
Right. That's right.
That's where they brought me. Shut the fuck up. It doesn't have to be your go-to pizza. You can go, I like a thinner slice of pizza. Yeah. It's still fucking amazing.
It's still delicious.
It's delicious.
Well, see, Chicagoans know traditional Chicago pizza, real Chicago pizza. A Chicagoan will tell you it's actually called pub pizza. They're square cut. You've had square cut pizza, right? And they're super big and super thin. So real Chicagoans, like my parents' generation, Chicago pizza was always that. But deep dish kind of became the symbol because New York owns thin. So New York was like, we're thin. And Chicago was like, we're thick. We're fat. Right. We're fatter than you. So we had to get fat pizza to show our fucking shit off.
Yeah.
But preference for me, pub pizza. I love thin crust. That's my favorite. But do I fucking say no to deep dish? Never.
We're right on the same page.
Yeah.
We're right on the same page.
I would never say no. I don't know why people try to combat these things like they're...
I don't know what it is. I'm a very opinionated person, so why can't I respect other people? I'm opinionated for social issues, but not for pizza. We can all have different favorite slices of pizza.
I'm going to isolate that clip. We can all have different...
Yeah, it's all right. You like that. But my point is, I'm not saying you shouldn't go, hey, if you could wave a magic wand and you go, I wouldn't get Chicago pizza. I get that.
Fine. Yeah,
but
fine.
don't act like if you're in Chicago, you're going to the best place. Oh, I can't even get it down. It's so... Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
If you're on a deserted island... and you only have one food forever.
I'm sorry. I know I'm on this deserted island.
Where is it?
And you're offering me a slice of deep dish Chicago pizza, and I haven't eaten for 3 days.
Yeah.
I can't eat it without vomiting.
Okay, I'll take my boat.
Okay, I wish I could eat it because I'm starving.
What food would you want on it? If you had to eat one food every day for the rest of your life, what would it be? If you had to be stuck. This is it. You have to have it every day.
Not health reasons.
Doesn't fucking matter. You're gonna die out there anyway. You're alone, right?
I can only answer this question by what I've eaten for the longest. So I'd have to give you two things.
Okay.
One, it's called Drunken Pasta.
Oh,
drunken Thai dish.
Yeah, drunken
noodle. Drunken noodles. Drunken noodles.
Yep.
Medium spicy.
You can't have too spicy.
I can't get enough of it. I ate it for 10 years. When I moved to California for 10 years, and still, when I go to get Thai food,
That's what you
I get
get.
Drunken Pasta, I think it's called.
Drunken noodles, yeah.
Drunken noodles.
And what's
It's
the
just-
other one?
And the other one is, I haven't had this thing in so long. It's odd. Hot roast beef sandwich.
Ooh.
At a diner.
Ooh.
With mashed potatoes next to it.
I like
Shut
hot
the
roast
fuck
beef.
up.
Yeah, I like it.
Bread on the bottom, typical hot roast beef, more roast beef, more hot roast beef, and then more bread on the top,
And then more
gravy,
roast beef, and then more beef.
anything.
Just more beef.
More beef.
More beef.
Give me the beef. That could be an egg. Nah, it couldn't. And I know I'm in the business. My family was in the advertising
They
business.
were.
So I know, like.
The Glass
where's
advertisers?
Where's the beef? No. Could never be anything.
Who's the beef?
Who's the beef?
That's it. Who's the beef?
That's it.
Yeah.
Who's the beef?
We're gonna sell it. Who's the beef?
Wow.
Hey, are you a Philly cheesesteak guy or no?
Why do I have to have an opinion on everything?
Well-
I am a Philadelphia cheesesteak guy, but it echoes the sentiment of.
Is it Geno's or is it fucking whatever that is?
Here's
What's
my theory.
that whole battle.
Two things, and I've talked about this in my act, so I don't want you to think I'm going to my act.
You can.
If it's appropriate.
You can.
A lot of times when I'm in Philadelphia, I want to bring the other comedian to a cheesesteak place. A lot of it's atmosphere. So yes, I do bring him down to Geno's and Pat's.
Geno's and Pat's, yeah.
I don't defy that Jim's or some other place is delicious. Of course, if you lived in Philly for 20 years, you know an off the beaten path place that's good. I'm not defying it. But a lot of times it's the energy of down at Pat's and Geno's. Sometimes on the road, this will be quick. I travel, I have like a 2-piece band that will accompany me. Sometimes I get them from Philadelphia. Sometimes they're coming from another city because it's so close. One of the guys that played drums for me came from Pittsburgh and he was in Philly. I drove him down we took an Uber down from Helium Comedy Club in Philly down to Pat's and Geno's.
Right.
Because you're at row home, and then it opens up.
Yeah.
Because there's like a baseball field down in that area.
Right across
and
the
he
street.
goes, this guy Ross from Pittsburgh goes, oh my God. This is like Vegas, but for cheesesteaks. That's why you got to bring them there.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
And the same thing. If I have a choice, I lean towards Geno's.
Yeah.
But
Why is that?
I like the way the pieces of meat,
The way they cut the meat is
the way
right.
they cut the meat. That's
Do you
it.
do wit?
It's like it's not shredded. It's pieces.
Do you do with cheese? Wit? Or
Oh,
with-
I do. I don't do cheese whiz, but whatever anybody wants, they should get. I do provolone
Yeah.
with
Is provolone a cousin to provolone?
provolone. I do. Is it provolone? You're right. It's a cousin. Did you say is it a cousin?
Yeah. Provolone's cousin is provolone.
But if I went down there and for some reason Geno's was closed,
Sure.
this shows I'm being so fair and
Yeah.
justifiably fair. Geno's is closed. What do?
What happened?
If I go to Pat's, it's still amazing.
Still good.
It's amazing.
Still good.
Oh, the roll, the steak, the atmosphere. This is great.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
Do you
So
re-
that's my answer.
Do you remember your first time getting liquored up? I ask all my guests, do they remember their first time? Is it vivid to you or no?
It's very vivid.
Give it to me.
I didn't drink in high school. I didn't
not at
drink-
all.
No, all my friends did. They smoked pot. I'm jealous to this day that I didn't get to go to Burger King High with them. All my friends smoked pot. Dave Olson, John Biederman. The cat's out of the bag, you fucks. All my friends. And I drove, and I didn't start drinking till everybody went off to college. I'm in high school. I'm doing comedy. And then
You started in high school.
I started in 11th grade during the summer.
Wow, that's brave. It
You know
is.
what, I
think most people
I'll-
start older because they're scared of doing it when you're young.
I'll take it. So it shows I'm not being bullshit naive. Bullshit. What do you call it when you're like bullshit?
When you're like faking naivete.
When you're
faking.
faking-
When you're like.
I'll take it like you're giving me I'll take it as you're right. Like I'll give you an example of what I mean.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago, I said I've never done anything. This leads back to what you just said. I don't run marathons. I don't. What is that? I'm not complaining. I like
right.
life, but I don't do anything. They go, you moved to California to do stand-up comedy when you were 23. I went, I'll take it. Meaning, thank you. Like, I guess, okay, I did something.
Yeah.
I did something. So with that said, I moved to California. What were we talking about?
I was asking you the first time you got fucked up.
Okay.
But you said in high school you called out these guys that didn't drink.
No, they drank.
Well, no, they drank and smoked pot. And shame on them, by the way. We should really those guys.
I know,
That's
they have
bad
kids
shit.
now.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But I drove, and I was a designated driver. But when I one night, there was a place in Philadelphia called Smokey Joe's. There was one at Penn campus.
It's still there, isn't it?
Penn campus is still there.
Yeah, because its name is very familiar.
Yeah, and it's been there since the grandfather opened it up. It's been there forever. Penn is still there. But in Villanova, there was a place also called Smokey Joe's that was there from like 80 to 95. I am somewhere in there. And so all my friends went off to college. I didn't drink really up to that point. I think twice I drank. Once my friend tells me a story. My friend Dale says I drank when I was 19 and did the whole Jerry Lewis telethon drunk at my house late at night. My parents were out of town. I don't remember. I sort of remember it. That was it. And one other time I drank, that was it.
Yeah.
But when all my friends went off to college, I went to Smokey Joe's. And when I walked in there, I walked in there with some friends, and they were all home for the summer.
Right.
Because they had gone off to their first year of college. Right. So we went in there together. And the owner's son, Jimmy Ryan, had been to the Comedy Works once. I hadn't even ever been on television. But the owner of the place, the son's name was Jimmy Ryan, he had been to the Comedy Works, and he knew I was a stand-up.
And he's obviously seen you and knows you. People
He's
know
like,
you.
hey, he goes, I saw you do stand-up in Philly. I was like, oh, cool. He goes, hey, listen. He goes, you should come in one night. I said, a lot of times I do my shows in Philadelphia. My parents live right up the street. I was still living with them. He goes, yeah, even when we're closed, we're all hanging out at the sidebar. There's a fireplace there.
Love that.
He goes, come in one night. He goes, even if you think we're closed, come in. So I didn't even have a cell phone then. So I did that. One night I was heading home, driving down Lancaster Pike. I went, Jimmy told me, I knocked on the front door. It was closed at that point because it was like 2:30 in the morning. I walked in. I walked around the corner. They had a fire going in the fireplace, and all the bartenders, all the staff was all hanging out. He was like, hey, everybody, this is Todd. Some people knew me, some people didn't. And that was the first night that not to where I have a horrible story, though. I just drank.
You kept drinking.
I kept drinking.
Well, what do you know what you were drinking? Was it beer or was it liquor?
Back then I drank vodka and cranberry.
You were healthy before you knew it.
And then shots.
And then lots of shots.
Lots of shots.
Then it just, then you're gone.
And then we went into, back then they didn't have Uber, but I knew that night I couldn't drive home. And then one of the bartenders, he goes, hey, if you want to crash at my girlfriend's house, that's fine. And I did. Harrison, who I'm still friends with.
Shout out to Harrison. We love you, Harry.
And not Harry.
We love you, H-Dog.
Yeah, he had to deal with that. He told me how he deals with that. Isn't that funny? And he might be watching.
He will be.
He preferred Harrison. Of course he did.
Yeah.
But he goes, if you tell people too much, you're Harry. So people would go, hey, Harry. He goes, I always go by Harrison. Because growing up, my uncle was Harry. And then we had to call me Harrison. So it didn't look like, oh, it's because I don't like the name Harry. It was just like, I won't answer. And he goes, no one argued after that. Right. So it was Harrison. And stayed there, woke up. We all went to Manila's Diner for breakfast. And that was one of my memories of, and a good side of drinking.
Really special.
I didn't go too far where I have a horrible story. That happened later.
Yeah.
But that night was just great.
That sounds magical.
It was magical.
It's almost like that's like a John Hughes film. The first time a teenager gets drunk, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He walks into this restaurant and everyone's, hey, Todd! The warm reception, you know?
It was great. And then I have bad stories in between when I drank too much.
So many.
But overwhelmingly, drinking is, I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you have. I've had a lot of fun drinking. I've had a lot of fun. This means a lot to me, by the way. I don't want to skip over this. I did really fast because we were talking, but it's really nice that you brought this for me. This is a guest gift, right? A guest given to the host gift. Yeah. I can keep this. You're not going to take this home.
Of course.
Well, because
I can't wait to. By the way,
because I want to do this
now. That something in my fantasy, you're sort of doing it. Go, guys. Let me be in the kitchen by myself for a little while. I have a surprise for everybody. Nothing major, so they're not watching you. You just show up with fluffy mashed potatoes. Yeah. You take the brown gravy. I don't even. You know why I didn't say put it on a pan on the stove? Maybe that's too hot.
I think that's what you do. Don't
put
you
it into a bowl. Put it into a bowl. Microwave it.
Microwave it. Yeah.
Get it way too hot.
Yeah, where might burn your mouth.
Well, microwave gravy 30 seconds later is probably the right temperature gravy.
Yeah.
So get it hot and then put a spoon in it. Walk around the corner and go, who doesn't want mashed potatoes and gravy? That's
really nice. What if I don't say anything? What if I just put it in a big bowl, I slap it down, and I sit down and keep talking like nothing ever happened?
I don't know if you're going to get away with that.
You don't think so?
Well, they're going to go, what the fuck?
I'm kind of that guy, though. I do things like that.
Do it. I want video.
Okay.
Just everybody.
Thanks, Todd.
But maybe not even thanks, Todd. Just them enjoying it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Todd, wouldn't hurt, right?
Thanks, Todd.
Maybe that's what
I think
want.
people could do
Why
that.
am I lying?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
So
Todd.
at our bar, we'll serve mashed potatoes at midnight
Yes.
at Tandrew's.
Yes.
No stools, fancy cool bartender, but adequate bar space, adequate tenders, and also
How about
you get tatas.
bartenders wear black shirts and bow ties?
You like that. Style is big to you.
It's free.
Yeah, it costs
free.
nothing. Yeah.
It'll keep the lights low and a lot of blue lighting. When you walk into our bar, it'll be a sea of blue.
Oh, I see it now.
A sea of blue. It's just every light is either gelled blue, gel, gel like
gel blues, yeah.
Gel blue, but it's a sea of blue, cool music.
What are
And
we
one
playing?
thing about our bar,
Yeah.
it's not that sometimes I'll be at a club and the walk-in music they play is people are being seated. Back in the day before I brought my own, I would go, do you have anything, what else can we play? They go, you don't like this song? I go, actually, I love that song. But I heard it on the way here. They thought I was going to go, I don't like it. And I wasn't being facetious. I really do. That's the song I listen to in the car a lot. Like, I like it. I'll listen to it. But I heard it on the way here. The minute you walk into our bar, you hear music that you did. Maybe it's Tallest Man on Earth. Maybe it's Andy Frasco.
Ooh.
Maybe it's Mac DeMarco. Maybe it's Ezra Furman. But it's music you did not hear necessarily in the car, unless you're listening to an amazing radio station that plays some cool music. But the minute you walk into our bar, it's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
This is
Blue
not the
tunes.
real world.
Yeah, I like that. I want a
Yeah.
coat check too. I want a
Yes.
coat check.
Why am I yelling?
You want a coat check?
How much? I'm not in a hurry, but I'm curious because I like to pace myself.
Yeah.
How long have we been going? I'm going to say 40 minutes.
6 minutes. 42. Probably something 42, 43.
Can't we go 10 minutes over?
We can go as long as we want.
Oh, we can.
Yeah, we can go as long as we want.
Maybe I should wait.
Have another
But
one.
anyway, this
you want
is
more
nice.
ice?
No, I like it.
You like it just like that.
You like ice cubes? Or you
I don't like ice cubes. I
You
I
don't?
usually drink with no ice, but I always bring ice for the guests because a lot of guests don't like whiskey neat. They like a little bit colder, which is fine. Which is fine. To each their own, and to own their ice. But it's not your ice. It's my ice. I'm loaning it to you.
Do your parents still live in Chicago?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they'll never leave. I talk about that all the time.
Where do they live?
Well, my dad lives in the city. My mom lives in the western suburbs, about 20 minutes west.
Do they get along?
No.
They don't.
No.
But if you got married, could they both come to your wedding?
I'm married.
Oh, could they come to your wedding?
Nobody came. I didn't invite anybody.
No.
Ari's the only one. He officiated.
No, shut up.
No. Actually, no. No. Mom and stepdad.
Your mom came and but your dad didn't come.
No.
Because he can't be in the room with your mom.
Oh my God. I would never subject anybody to that. Them in the same room would be kind of tough.
But you get along with your mom.
I love them all.
I
love them all.
Good.
I love them
good,
all.
Good,
I love
good,
them all.
good.
But you know what? Adults. You know what I mean?
Does your mom listen to the show ever?
No fucking chance. No way. Yeah, she's busy with like the real world. This is just playtime for comedians. Isn't this really nice that we get to do this kind of stuff? This is sweet, right?
You bet.
You bet.
I'm serious.
No,
I
it is.
never take it for granted.
No, it's awesome.
I don't have to wait till God forbid, I find out my life is shortened because of whatever. My ride's here.
That's an ambulance.
Oh, it's an ambulance? Okay.
Yeah, it's an ambulance.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be
That's
rude.
okay.
I just know my ride's coming and I wanted to be
But it's
ready
not.
for
But
it.
that's not it. I promise.
Doesn't Ari look like he regrets waiting?
My God, does he ever?
I'm just kidding. I don't want to tease him because
let
he's
me
very
ask you
sensitive.
something.
He's a good guy.
He's
Let me tell you
not.
something about Ari Manis. I'm going to take a
shit.
second.
We're gonna have to blank out his name because I don't want people to know who it is.
I think he's a good... I love him.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I think he reminds me of like a cousin that I would have.
Uh-huh.
That if people go, hey, what's the deal with Ari Manis? I go, hey, look, here's the way I would explain Ari. Look, I'm going to tell you this. He's basically my cousin.
He is your cousin.
He's my cousin, whether I don't want to hear any story or whatever. He's basically my cousin. And I feel the same way about his brother, who I only met once. I was hanging out at my house and someone goes, hey, I got a friend. It's Ari Manis' brother. Do you mind if he comes over? I'm like, nah, if it's Ari Manis' brother. He comes over. I go, I like you more than your brother.
Yeah, I could see that. He texted me one time. I never even met his brother, and I like him so much. His text communication is just nice.
Yeah.
He's
And
smart.
I tell you what else. I place high value on how stand-up comedy is presented. And I did stand-up comedy. Ari, I don't know if he's still doing it, but it's probably a running thing at his house.
Yeah.
And he set up a backdrop, and he had a PA, and he had his bedroom. And let me tell you something. I respect someone. His bathroom in his bedroom,
Very clean.
Clean.
Yeah, very
clean.
clean.
And by the way, whenever you go to someone's house and you go, whether it's for there's a lot of house shows now.
Sure.
And you go, or you're going over anybody's house. I used to think differently and go, They know people are coming over.
Clean
How
up.
could they not clean their bathroom?
It's gross.
I guess what? I have a theory now.
What is it?
They did. That's how fucking dirty it is normally.
People
They
are-
think cleaning is emptying the wastebasket. What? But Ari's bathroom was so fucking immaculate, and he takes pride in himself and pride in the bathroom. I don't think he does it because he's having a show. I think it's because who he is.
Yeah.
And then we reap the benefits. You're coming over his house to do a show. His bedroom was immaculate. The bathroom was immaculate. He had the lights turned down. The bedroom was essentially the waiting room until you performed.
Yeah.
And it felt like a cool place you wanted to hang out at.
Yeah.
So I liked him before that. I met him through Jake Adams, but now when I did comedy at his house,
You like
and
him
he
more.
presented it right, and the PA was right, and he had a little band opening up for him. If Ari reaches out to you to do stand up at his house, fucking do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'll never do it.
Here we go.
He is a sweet, sweet boy. The other side of his life that you don't know that's very dark and dangerous.
I know about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I know
oh,
about
you know,
it.
you've heard. Okay.
Yeah, about the golden retriever he used
Fact.
to go out with.
Fact.
He used to go, oh, the only thing that turned her on was if I kissed her like this. That's weird.
It is weird. But I got to tell you, I'm not one to judge. I'm not one to judge. It was consensual. She was 18, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah,
This golden retriever.
Full grown 18-year-old.
You have anything you want to ask me?
Yeah, I do have a lot of stuff I want to ask you,
Wow,
but I've
I'm
been just
good
letting you
to go.
fly. I've been letting you fly.
I know. I'm good to go.
You're the kind of you're the kind of guy. I let you go. I look at you. You're soaring through the sky. You're like one of those lanterns they set off at a nice wedding, and they let it go forever and it pollutes the earth. I love those things. Those are my favorite.
Those are fun to do till
Yeah.
you find out. You're talking about when they light it and it
Yeah,
goes
and it
into
floats.
the air?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did that at a wedding once.
It's pretty until you know that that's just trash that you've just let go in the air.
Let it go.
Beautiful.
Don't do it again once
Fuck
you
it.
find out.
Yep.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Here's what I do want to tell you. I want to ask you. You kind of segued into it, but you moved off of it. But health is a big proponent in your life because you mentioned health twice. But you've been through some shit. So when you said the whole drinking thing, do you ever think when you drink or when you smoke that you're like, do I need to quit all this bullshit because of my health? Or does that not even cross
No.
your mind?
I'll tell you why. That's why I quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, that I know. I know you
I
quit.
quit smoking cigarettes because I thought I don't want to look like I'm just. Well, I mean, are you talking about? I like how I whisper. Okay, my vanity doesn't always make me want to talk about that, but I really don't care. But
Yeah.
as long as but it's sad that my vanity. I had a heart attack about 7 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and look, afterwards, my eating can be atrocious sometimes. Still, my eating can
What
be
do you-
atrocious.
what is that? Unpack that.
Pick the most atrocious thing. No one's eats more healthy than me at 2 a.m, 3 a.m.
What is it? Tell me what it is.
Oh,
what could it really be?
On the way home,
McDonald's.
Stop at McDonald's,
Right.
get a hamburger, and I get an egg McMuffin, and I take the egg McMuffin off the English muffin and put it in the hamburger, or the other way around. I get the whatever the biggest hamburger they have. It changes over the years, but sometimes at McDonald's they'll have like, if it's the double quarter pounder is the most meaty thing you can get, I'll get a double quarter pounder. But for a while I had that like 3/4 pounder sirloin, whatever. I get that, get the burger. I go, yes, can I get the sirloin burger? Whatever it is. And with nothing. No ketchup, no cheese, no nothing. Then I get an egg McMuffin, now that you can get them 24 hours a day. Take the burger and put it on the English muffin. Now you have a real burger with hey, look, they cracked that egg 2 minutes ago. McDonald's or not, they cracked it there. They do, they crack them there.
They crack them.
I put the burger on because I want the English muffin as the bread. So then I put the burger into the English muffin. Or I could do it the other way around. If you like what the bread is, you take the English muffin, put it onto the burger.
Right.
Throw the English muffins out, basically.
Right, toss them.
But then I stop at 7-Eleven to get jelly beans. For me to get food back
is that
to my
dessert?
house is so hard. Because then I stop at Vaughn's.
Do you eat in your car? You eat all of it in your car?
yes, yes.
But why? Are you afraid of taking it back home because you feel worse about it when it's at your house?
No, I'm hungry.
Oh,
I'm hungry. So for me to get food back home, I have to get enough of it enough to eat. Literally, when I'm pulling out of the McDonald's parking lot, literally McDonald's from my house is 3 minutes. So all I need is one thing to eat in the car.
Yeah.
And so my point is that I can eat very unhealthy.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to look like I was giving a second chance at life, spitting on it. So when people ask me, first of all, I'm on Lipitor now. Lipitor is just to help
Heart
you with your
medication.
cholesterol. Yeah, it's for your cholesterol. I missed 2 days in the last 7, 8 years. No, I juice every single day. That means even if I had a shitty day of eating, which is often, I put kale, I put celery, I put ginger, I put beet juice, I put carrots, something for my cells to go, hey, look, we wish you wouldn't eat that other garbage, but thank you for giving us that.
Yeah.
And I don't smoke. I have not smoked one cigarette. 0. So I feel like if I smoke cigarettes, people will go, how's your diet? I go, once in a while it can be a little bad, but I juice. But I feel like saying, hey, cigarette, people check up, you smoke cigarettes? I go, no.
When was the last cigarette you had?
5 years ago.
All right, Ari. We brought you a bunch of cigarettes. Ari, bring in the cigarettes here. You're going to have to smoke them all on camera. This is the punishment.
I never understood when people said, I haven't smoked in 5 years. I go, do you miss it? Because I wanted to hear no, because that would give me faith in trying to quit. They go, you always miss it. I'm like, no, don't tell. But now I know what they mean. You miss it, but you don't give a shit.
Right, it doesn't matter.
I'm okay with not smoking cigarettes now, but I do smoke pot. So for health reasons, but at least I say I don't smoke cigarettes. I juice every day. So since I had the heart attack, I've done enough to say I'm not just spitting a second chance at life in the eye.
Right, you're doing your part. Do you feel like one of these guys? I feel like a lot of people that try to do healthy pot now, they don't smoke, they only vaporize pot, or do you do that? Or
if I had a magic wand and I was doing it perfectly, yes, I would go, because it's the what's it when you light the paper?
It's
carcinogenetics?
The carcinogens.
Yeah, you say it.
It's the carcinogens.
Yeah. So if I wasn't lazy, I'd probably do smoke. I would probably get a vape.
But your preference is joints.
Joints are great.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Joints are great.
We smoked a nice fat joint together, and it was just such a bonding. It's just a bonding thing. Bongs to me is
get high quicker.
Yes, yeah.
I had this. Speaking of musicians, Andy Frasco, and he's like a really cool musician who's like in that period of his life, he's still touring around. But in 2 years, everyone's going to know who Andy fucking Frasco is.
They better.
Yeah, if you're going to go look him up now, you're going to love him. But he did my podcast. I saw him play. A friend of mine saw him play at the Denver Denver Music Festival.
Okay.
He told me about Andy. I reached out to him on Twitter. He ended up coming to my studio and playing, and I made 25 joints the night
25?
25 joints. I wanted them just everybody. You want a joint? Boom, 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 boom. All night long, when they cut to the crowd, watching and loving him play in my studio, people are just lighting up joints.
Nice, right? It's communal. That's why I like joints.
Exactly.
It's a nice, sweet, look at us all hanging. It's like mashed potatoes.
It's like mashed potatoes. So that's to do with my health. That was the answer to that.
Right. I'm curious because you seem like a healthy guy.
I try. I work out 7 days a week.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
What's your preferred workout? What do you do?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. When I'm with 6 days a week,
okay.
I do the same thing, and I know everyone's going to tell me you got to go from the treadmill, you got to go to the elliptical, you got to go to the bike, and they're right.
Sure,
I'm not
whatever.
defying.
Yeah.
I get on the same elliptical. It's this.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, the pulley one. Yeah.
Because someone told me 20 years ago, don't go on the treadmill. Your knees will pay a price for it. I listened. 20 years ago, I got off the treadmill, went on the elliptical, and I do that 6 days a week. 6 days a week. Maybe I miss 5 days a year. If that.
Wow.
1 day a week I have a trainer, and mostly it's stretching. Mostly it's stretching the fuck. When I asked him, I said, to tell you the truth, what I need you to do most, because I won't do it without someone leaning over me, I need you to stretch me.
Yeah.
They'll do other stuff with me too, but once a week, stretching me. And I'll tell you what, you might think, well, stretching, whether you have a trainer or not, he might make you do it, but it doesn't make it easier. You got to stretch. It does.
It does.
Because, I'm laying on the back and he's lifting my leg up and he says, breathe out. And he's slowly pushing my leg up. It's easier.
Yeah.
So once a week, and then he'll do some weights with me and stuff.
How much time on the elliptical?
Oh, you don't even want to know.
Yes, I do. That's why I asked.
Well, I'd rather go at a slow, medium pace than exert myself. So I do an hour and a half every day. I'm looking at YouTube clips, anything I do to occupy my time.
Hour, 1.5.
Every day.
What is that, 10 miles, 12 miles on
I don't know. Can I tell you? I have no idea.
You never look.
You would think I would have an idea because for 10 years, people going, you have no idea. And eventually I'd go, let me look today and I could answer people. I don't give a shit. I put my extra t-shirt I bring to the gym over the cover, an hour and a half. Wow. Hour and a half. Even if I'm lazy one day, it's still an hour and a half.
You commit.
I commit an hour and a half every day. I can answer emails if I want.
Because you're kind of going nice and easy.
It's not that I'm sweating the fuck.
Yeah.
But I can answer emails or I can look at YouTube clips. Sometimes I'm bored. Yesterday I put in, you know what pit maneuver is?
Pit maneuver.
Pit maneuver.
And,
when the cops have to, they're chasing someone and they pull up next to them and they
clip them.
They clip them with their bumper.
Yeah.
I pull up pit maneuver for whatever reason.
Right, you got a pit maneuver.
You see these? Yeah, 3 days ago I put in. I don't know why. Maybe something came my way that was like this, and I thought, let me see more of it. I put in people getting surprised with puppies.
That's one of the cutest things in the world.
Most of them are at Christmas,
Yep.
but they're not always at Christmas. And it's a montage someone put together of, and the most endearing part of people getting surprised by puppies are when they're all adorable.
Yeah.
Even if sometimes it's a 70-year-old guy who had his dog die and the grandkids got him a dog and it breaks your heart. But the most thing that will crush your heart, 11-year-old, I'm in the area, 11-year-old boys.
Yeah, sure.
Look, when you're an 11-year-old boy, you're basically a 14-year-old boy. You're getting ready. You don't want to show you don't want to cry. So they're like, yeah. But keep in mind, I know what drives them to crying. They might have been begging this. I get it. When you're 11 and you want a dog, I fucking get it. Because dogs are great.
They're
and
wonderful.
you might have been begging for a dog since you're 9. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, your parents get you a dog. So at first you're like, and then you break down. So you see these 11-year-old boys like try to be tough and go, oh, and then they're like, and then they're embarrassed that they're crying. And they're like, one kid is like, Dad, thank you so much. You're the best dad in the entire world. Thank you. And then there's a golden retriever puppy licking his face. And it's like, those will crush you.
Oh, every time.
Those
How do you
will
finish
crush
the
you.
workout? I got to stop for a minute.
You know what I say? Sometimes watching sad things while you're working out is the full cycle. You're sweating out the bad, bringing in the positive.
Good. Yeah.
So I think sometimes that's good. Like the most heartwarming wedding speech you'll ever hear from a brother. And then all of a sudden you're like, what?
That's so sweet.
That's why when people make fun of the internet and they make fun of Twitter, and I'm going to tell you this, I've said this and I've said it before, because whenever anybody says something a lot, you go, why are they saying that? I'll tell you, because I want to put the good energy out there bad.
Push it.
For anybody that makes fun of Twitter or says, oh, it's negative, they go, oh, of course there's some positive. Yeah, they all know there's positive. If you ask anyone, they go, oh, there's so much negative on Twitter. Everybody can say whatever they want. Anybody has an opinion, whatever they want.
Yeah.
But that's what they relish in. But if you say there's good too, they go, oh, I know there's good. Oh, they all know there's good. But they don't fucking soak that good in.
Right. Soak in the good.
Perception is your reality. Perception is everybody's reality. I'm telling you that there's a lot of good going out there. A lot of good videos coming your way. So whenever all this is just through someone Twitter or any social media where some heartwarming videos are right in front of you, remember that the next time you think that it's all negative. Or overwhelmingly. Oh, I'm not saying there's not some positive, but overwhelmingly, no. Overwhelmingly, what I noticed, a lot of good shit.
It depends. You know what I would say? It depends on who you follow, right? If you're seeing too much negative shit, get rid of all the negative fucking people you follow then.
Right.
Follow some more positive shit.
Right, because I get people through Twitter, and not just a little. By the way, if 95% of Twitter was negative, I thought, and 5% was good, I go, yeah, 5%'s good, but it's not that.
No.
I'm just because I want to be so fucking dead right, at least 50% of all social media can be so positive and so overwhelming and so reaching out and sending love and kindness and goodness to so many people that even if it's 50%, it's 50% that's worth it to ignore the other 50% that might be negative fucks.
I agree. Ugh, you just touched me right now.
Thank you.
I'm like, now I bought into it. Do you believe it?
Some people say they believe it, but then when they get out of my eyesight, they go back to the other thing.
Well, he'll do that.
I know you people. I call them, I know you people.
He's going to know you people.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, I know there's positive, but when I'm not around, if I was a fly on the wall, oh, they know there's positive. You said to them, you know there's positive on Twitter, and there's people reaching out, they know. And I believe they know. But that's not what they talk about when I'm not around. They go, anybody can say anything. There's a lot of love being thrown around. There's a lot of love, whether it's literally who you think you are when you're growing up, what your sexuality is, that you can reach out and talk to other people, or whether it's someone sending you just a cool video of a baby hugging a golden retriever. You know, it's like there's a lot of fucking good shit that gets thrown my way on Twitter.
That's good. You feel the positivity.
Yeah, can I take my jacket off?
Yes. Take it off.
Wow.
He's fine.
A lot of love your way.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well,
You did, really. Can I be honest with you? It was a little bit too much. I'm not going to
I
lie.
think there's probably some comedians that might watch it, and you should do his show.
They
Can I
should.
tell you one
They
thing
really
you should change?
Yeah.
Change your backdrop.
What is it now?
What,
It's a
behind-
pull down. It's a pull down screen, isn't it? Drop screen. Oh, the
You
curtain.
need a little I'll talk to you.
Will you do me a favor? Will you send an email and let's get a chain going of things he needs to change at the house?
That's the only thing.
I bet we'll do some other stuff. We'll do some other stuff. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yes, I got you. Back to the show. I can't stand it. I know. That's fine. Yes, I know. I got it. Right.
Oh, shut
Shut up.
That's so
You're
paranoid.
such an idiot.
No, that's funny. That's
You're
almost funny.
That is a joke. That's a funny bit. That's a good
So I
bit.
answered that question.
You did. The next question I have for you is...
Wow, I love it. I love questions.
Yeah, you do. I know you like questions, don't you? Mm-hmm. If you could... I'll give you a would you rather, because I know you love would you rathers. Big into those. Would you rather be a refrigerator? Like your body is a refrigerator, or have roller skates for feet?
Roller skates for feet.
Go ahead and you have to say why.
Well, you could get everywhere pretty quick.
Yeah?
Did you ever ask anybody else this?
No.
Well, a refrigerator...
You get everywhere quick. I mean, but what does that
Your
mean? Who
body's
cares?
a refrigerator. Can you help me out? How would that help you?
Come on over, guys. Look at what I have inside of me.
I'd eat too much.
You're not going to eat you.
Your body's a refrigerator. You could reach in and get a...
You eat energy, Todd. You eat energy.
Then I'm going to say your roller skates. No.
Yeah, it's a tough... See, it's harder than you think. You dismissed it like it wasn't a good
I was
question.
like, this one's no brainer.
Yeah,
We'll
see?
be talking about something else in 30 seconds. I'm going to say...
Think about this. You can never take them off. The roller skates are going to be attached to your feet for the rest of your life.
So your refrigerator.
So, you're slipping and sliding everywhere. Think about baths. Think about going to the beach.
Okay, your refrigerator, is it wet? Is it heavy? Do you feel it when you walk down the
It's
street?
about a
Do you go,
1986
"Guys,"
Frigidaire.
But do you say to people, guys, I'm sorry, I can't keep up with you. I'm a refrigerator.
Where are you going? You're running with your buddies?
Well, you're walking down the street of Chicago to go anywhere. Refrigerator weight on you. You're bringing the reality to the...
We are.
You're bringing the reality to the rollerblades.
But I imagine the refrigerator could carry its own weight if you're walking around with it, right? You might have to sit often.
Well, how come you couldn't imagine with the rollerblades?
With the roller skates?
Yeah.
I don't want to roll.
part of you.
You're going to roll everywhere. You're going to roll. You can't stop rolling.
So you're so good at it, it doesn't even hurt. You stop, it's easy, everything's second nature.
Think about how many people make fun of you for having
Think
roller
of how
skate
many
feet.
people are going to make fun of you for having a refrigerator as a
You're
body.
a refrigerator. They go, look at how cool that is. That's amazing. What's inside of you? You go, come on in and look. You're always a host. Roller skates, you're a nuisance.
Can I think about it and get back to you?
No.
Well, then I'm going to go with the refrigerator.
Okay, good. You're going to be a refrigerator. I like how I just made you flip.
Well, there's a lot of fun. I like to offer people fun. Here's a beer. Would you like some
See?
pepper cherries?
I say that for you because I
pepperoncinos?
know you like to give. You're
I
a
do.
giving man. See,
And so with
you're
the
not a selfish
rollerblades,
person.
What am I gonna?
Well, you're very unselfish. What's your biggest shortcoming though? What's the one thing you're like, fuck? I wish I didn't do that, but I do it all the time.
Steal hotel towels.
Really? Do you?
Well, yeah.
You pack them and go.
Washcloths.
One of them or how many? What do you-
Washcloths?
Yeah,
My ride. Is that my ride? I'm sorry. I
that's
don't
my
mean-
ride.
Oh, that's your ride.
That's
Okay.
my ride.
Washcloths pretty much every time. Unless they're shitty. Like I'm at the point in my life where I don't need a cheap washcloths. But if you're at a hotel, you're like, these are nice, thick, good washcloths. I'll take 3 or 4 of them.
What is it? What?
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right.
Well, it's not whether it's right or wrong. It's but do you feel it's impulsive? Is that because do you have like a?
I like washcloths, but I don't want to buy them. But like sometimes I tell you what I do like. Sometimes when I have people over my house, it started as a joke, but now I do it seriously. I have a tea kettle because I drink instant coffee. I stopped.
You don't like good coffee?
No, I like good coffee, but I don't mind instant coffee. So I stopped buying coffee every day at Starbucks before I went to the gym.
Right.
I have basically 1 cup of coffee a day, maybe 2, but 90% of the time, 1 cup of coffee. I've been doing it for 20 years. 1 cup, I use it before I work out.
Instant coffee.
And I use instant coffee. I want to open up an instant coffee bar, but we can talk about that another day. And I'm serious.
That'll be in the back of Tandrew's.
Because maybe during the day we have an instant coffee bar.
I like it.
You think instant coffee, who's going to want to come there? instant coffees from all over the place, from Ireland, from Israel, whatever instant coffee, if your parents had instant coffee, even if your parents never drank instant coffee, if you're 30, you remember the instant coffee you saw in the supermarket. If you're 70, you remember the instant coffee that was available. We have it all on shelves, and you have to make it to do about it. So you know that when they pour the hot water, you know, like in the we go up high, go down,
We're
we make a big
tricksters,
deal. Yeah. So, but anyway, what was your question about? No, I know it was something. Come on.
I want to let you find it.
Okay, for $1 million, could I remember what we were talking about?
$2 million. I'll give you 3.
Okay. Coffee at my bar. Why would I have instant coffee? People come over your house. They like instant coffee. Do you want coffee? Coffee. Okay, hold on. Can I have a minute?
No.
No?
No, you have to give it to me.
Can I have a minute, though, to think?
No.
Well, that's not...
Why'd you ask if you could have it if you wanted
Because
it?
I wanted to... Okay. Give me a minute, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We were talking about something.
We're
going
gonna
to
go
coffee
backwards.
sidestepped me.
Uh-huh.
The audience knows. Do you know? Okay. Do you know?
I do know. Yeah,
You
I do know.
Okay. Give me 30 seconds. Just let me be quiet. Open up an instant coffee.
Yeah. The instant coffee, work backwards, and then
Tell me.
I said something you do
That's...
that you wish you didn't do.
Oh, that I wish I didn't do.
That's a big hindrance, right? Mm-hmm. And you started to say, you know what I do?
Steal hotel towels.
Steal hotel towels, right?
Mhm, yes.
And then I said, do you have to steal hotel towels? He said, I really like it. I don't like to buy hotel towels. I don't like to shop.
Oh, I got it.
Where is it?
So I drink instant coffee, so I have a hot tea kettle that
kettle,
boils
that's
hot
right,
water.
right.
And every so often, I think here's why. How many hotel washcloths do I need? And this answers the question. Like, why didn't I take the amount I need 2 years
Yeah.
ago? Why am I still taking them? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So I have a hot tea kettle, and sometimes when I have people over my house, look, I probably am not going to ever do yoga, but I get it.
Yes.
Just to clean your mind. I don't spit at it because I'm not going to, because I don't have the patience. But I can do a dose of it, and
Tiny.
that's to stop. To me, that's what that means. Stop.
Right.
So the laziest way I can do it, sometimes I do it when we're going to eat dinner at my house. Sometimes I'll just do it if maybe there's 5, 6 friends hanging out, and we're like, we want to make it special.
Right.
Hot washcloth. It started as a joke. Oh, we're like at the fancy Chinese restaurant. Mm-hmm. But I'll take 5 hot washcloths, put them out on my kitchen counter, and then I take the tea kettle and I pour hot water over all of them. You could put them in the microwave, but I do it with the tea kettle. And here's the rule I give everybody that hasn't been there before. Here's all I ask. And I get a little pissed when people don't follow the rules.
I can tell.
And it's weird because you're doing a spiritual thing, so you don't want to get pissed. But 99% of the time, everyone follows it. I ask very nicely. I go, guys, here's the rules. We're gonna do the hot washcloth. Maybe most people have been there. There could be 1 or 2 people that haven't. That's usually when I do it. If everyone's been there before, I don't need to say anything. So if there's 2 new people, I go, when I give you the washcloth, there's a short life of this being hot. If I give it to you lukewarm, by the time you get it to your face, so it's going to be too hot. I tell everybody that every week whenever we do this. But then when they get it, they go, oh, this is hot. It's hot. So all I ask is once I start handing them out, we're quiet.
Yeah.
Sometimes now with Lexi or Siri, you don't even have to go in the other room and turn the music off. But sometimes you're lazy. You think, oh, the music's so soft in the back. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
So I go, Lexa, pause, quiet. I go, when I hand it to you, it's going to be too hot. Might have to tip the tip, put it back on the counter for a second. Just get it to where but don't say, oh, it is hot.
Yeah, right. Todd was right.
Once we hand out them, just shh. So I pour the hot water, I give it to somebody. They always follow the rules. Give it to the next person, give it to the next person. They get it. When they realize, I go, do your hands first if you need to, but then eventually you'll put it on your face. And there's no talking. There's no music.
For how long? A minute? 2 minutes?
I go, if you have it on your face, and no one even has to tell you to take a deep breath, you will take a deep breath. I don't even have to, because deep breaths are good. You don't even have to tell anyone to take it, because the hot and you'll eventually go.
Right.
If you pull it off your face and you see there's 3 other people that still have it on their face,
Let him. Yeah.
I'll break the silence. Let me break the silence. And then everybody does it. We call this the Nick Thune, because Nick Thune says, now it's not so hot to your hands. It's not so hot to your face. But if you take it and put it on your neck when you think it's gone, your neck has not had any hot on it. It's hot again to your neck, and it relaxes you a little. So let's wait till everybody's done. You might be done. You might be ready. And then when they're all done, I'll break the silence. And usually that's when I take my hot washcloth and put it in front of everybody, and they'll dump theirs on mine.
Got it.
No one talks yet. I go, they already know. I'll break the silence, and I'll go. I usually say the same thing. I'll go, wow. I go, right? Even though we've all done this before. And sometimes I'll say this. Usually it's the spiritualness of it.
Yeah.
But I feel like today it might have been the literal. I was at Vaughn's. I was touching things. I was everywhere today of the boiling hot, just cleaning your hands.
Yeah.
And then we're going to sit down and eat dinner or just sit out and hang out and eat candy. And then it's like,
that's
and
beautiful.
We turn the music back on.
So there's a reason for your thievery.
So that's the reason. So sometimes with those hot washcloths, because I know they're free,
Well, they're
I'll
not free.
clean with them. During the day, I'll be like, and then or the barbecue outside, and then I could just throw them out because I know it's
Todd,
free.
that's wasteful.
That's wasteful.
That's very wasteful. But I do like it. Do you
Yeah.
choose which towel you give to someone based on how much you like them? Like, does somebody get a Marriott and somebody gets a Four Seasons?
No, they're all, at this point,
They're all
I
double
always
trees?
steal the best washcloths I can. The thick.
The
they're
thick
good.
ones.
I
Yeah.
rip the labels off.
Of course,
You
you
know,
don't want-
because I'm just going to say Marriott.
Yeah, you don't
and
want to
if
know that.
You rip it off. But I'm not proud of that. And I will tell you that. Am I bullshitting myself? I know that is stealing. And it doesn't matter if
is.
it's a big corporation or not. So
It
I
doesn't
hope in
matter.
a year from now you ask me and I go, I don't do that anymore.
I hope so, but I doubt it. I think you'll still do it.
How dare you?
Todd, can you plug stuff? Will you tell them where you're going to be or website and all that jazz? Will you tell them what you're going to do and what's
Yeah.
going on? Tell them.
My Netflix special, Act Happy.
It's fucking fantastic. I don't want to harp too much on it because I already kind of kissed you a little bit about it, but
I don't mind that. I think
I think
any
it's
love
I think
I
it's
can
very
get.
I think it's wonderful. I think the Virgil was a great choice. I think a lot of things about it were fantastic. The audience dressed up very nice, which I imagine was a request on your behalf.
I asked on my podcast, I go, do you guys mind if here's what I said. I go, I want people to be comfortable.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable wearing a suit, wear a suit. But if you're not, just whatever you
Most
wear.
people dressed up.
Most people, even if you didn't notice, but there were a few people in the audience, they were just wearing whatever they wanted that was comfortable, but they had a bow tie.
No, see, I saw a lot of people wearing dressed up clothing. I
Yeah.
thought that was nice. The band looked very
Yeah,
nice.
the band dressed up nice.
And they were good.
But I don't want to be like someone that goes, remember back in the day? Look, I want people to be comfortable. If you're comfortable and you're going out at night and you're a sweater and you want to wear shorts, you can still wear shorts and look good. And,
Sure.
You know, so I want people to be comfortable. I don't
They
want
were.
people to. And everybody did exactly what I asked. And we had, and the band, of course. I like the band to dress up, but
They looked really
they
nice.
do what I asked
Yes.
them to do. So the Netflix special, Act Happy, is there. And then my podcast, The Todd Glass Show.
The Todd Glass Show.
On Starburns.
I love that. On
So-
all platforms available. Are you on the road a little bit or no?
I am on the road. Matter of fact,
Plug
just
a
in
date.
case, I can do it real good. I have it pretty clean. When does this drop?
Friday.
This Friday?
Oh yeah.
Okay, right now, as you're watching this, I'm flying into the South by Southwest Comedy Festival.
Oh, nice.
And I'm performing at the Hideout Saturday and
Love that.
Sunday. And I have my band with me. I'm going big time. I got like a 6-piece band. I'm just looking. I don't even want to make money on this job. I just want to do it right.
Have fun.
And then after that, 2 weeks later, I go to the Portland Helium, which is
Nice.
a favorite club. And
Oh,
I have,
yeah.
for people that are listening to my podcast, I have Joe McKenzie in the band who does a lot of music for my podcast. And then after that, I go to the Helium in St. Louis.
Boom, boom.
There you go. Boom, boom, boom. That's all I got.
Perfect. And ToddGlass.com has all the tickets.
Yeah.
That's where they can go.
Yeah, or to the
So if
club.
you're there right now, if you're in the Austin area at South by, please go see Todd. If you're in the Jersey area, I'll be at the Stress Factory for my first time ever. I've never been there. I've never done it in New Brunswick.
I
How
just
is
saw Vinny Brand at Helium.
it? Okay, good. Is he okay? Is it all right?
Super nice guy.
How's the club?
I haven't been to the club in 30 years, so
All
I
right.
don't know.
This is my-
25
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
But
It's my first time. I've never done
Yeah.
it. Never done. I've done a million different clubs over there. This is my first time, so I'll be in Jersey. Go to andrewsantino.com for tickets. At the end of the month, I'll be in Phoenix. You can see all that stuff.
Where are you going to Phoenix?
House of Comedy.
House
I'm going
of
to
Comedy.
House of Comedy, which is Bronson. The Bronson family, I met them in Canada. Like the sweetest, nicest people I've ever met in my entire
Yeah.
life. And then I saw them again up at Montreal. But I want to say thank you. I'm
Click.
keeping all that.
Yo.
No.
I can't wait till you do this.
I am going to do it.
Do you have butter In your refrigerator?
Of course.
Freezer?
Yeah, of course.
So you always have butter in your
Always,
freezer?
always.
So put over butter.
I'll over butter.
Over butter.
Over butter.
And whip the fucking shit
I'm going to
out
whip
of
it.
And
Thank you
come
for
in
these
with
gifts,
some hot
man.
brown gravy and send me a video.
This was really nice.
Thank you.
Say I love you to me.
I love
Whisk, 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 whisk.